Okay, so welcome to the next presentation. So this is the investment management lecture for today, April 22. Okay, so we have the chart patterns. No? So although nabanggit na natin to in the previous lesson, but here we will do a deep dive on the chart patterns itself. Okay, so yung mga learning objectives natin dito is to identify, sa part 1, identify the anatomy of a Japanese candlesticks. Makikita natin yan mamaya. And then recognize at least 4 bullish and 4 bearish candlestick patterns. Okay, recall lang, no? Bullish means upward yung ating market, and then bearish is negative siya or red, no? Downward. And then identify reversal and continuation chart patterns. Ako, for me, basically that's what I use the candlestick for, my reversal points at saka yung continuation chart patterns. And then also explain how chart patterns are used in investment decision making. Okay, so good morning everyone. So today we will start a topic that every investor, trader, and analyst needs to know, which is the chart patterns. So, charts are not just pretty pictures, hindi lang siya basta pictures na tinitingnan natin. They are visual summary of the market psychology. And alam naman natin market psychology, it consists of fear, greed, indecision, yung mga pag-decide, no? And then momentum. They're all encoded in price movements. If you can read the chart, then you can read the market. So we will cover two parts here. The part one will cover the Japanese candlesticks. I've already mentioned something about it, what they are and what are the most common patterns. And then part two will cover the bigger technical chart patterns like yung mga head and shoulders natin, cup and handle, and then yung mga triangles natin. Okay? Okay, so dito sa slide number 2 natin, you will see the anatomy of the Japanese candlestick. So basta tandaan natin, no? So yung background natin, where did the candlesticks come from? So ito si Japanese candlestick, they were developed in Japan in the 18th century. Imagine, 18th century. So mga 1700s pa to, no? And ang nag-invento nito is a rice trader named Munehisa Homa. Munehisa Homa. So he used them to track the rice prices, so mga presyo ng bigas, no? So they were brought to the Western world by Steve Nison in the 1990s, and one of the most popular charting method used globally. Okay, so the anatomy of the candlestick is that it is either green or red. Basta nakita niyo yung kanyang Japanese candlestick is green, it means itong nasa left, no, this is a bullish candle. So kaya siya green because the price went up during this period. So you have to understand this because sometimes the period means one day. So the usual na, titignan natin yung ating transaction in the stock market. Usually it's a daily transaction. But I'm saying the period because sometimes you are looking at a faster or quicker period. Like, sometimes, di ba yung portal natin nakalagay 1 minute, 5 minutes, lalo sa mga nagte-trade dyan, no? So, if you're familiar already with this, if you have XNES, MT5 portal, you can see that it changes every so often. So, depende sa yung timestamp na nakalagay, no? So if it's 1 minute, that means for every minute you have a particular candle that's going to be given to you. Okay? So dito nakikita natin there are many parts. The first one is the high. So nakita niyo yung upper wick, that is the high, yung upper shadow na tinatawag, no? It's candle, no? Parang yung ano ng kandila, no? And then the body is the breadth of the market, no? So, ano natin, kung medyo mahaba yan, that means mababa siya nag-open and then mataas siya nag-close, right? So, yan. So, for example, that close might be like $10 or 10 pesos and then the open might be 9.20. So, usually, the open, yun yung left, yung sa may babang side ng body, the lower part of the body, that is the open, and then the upper side of the body, that is the close. Kaya siya green or upward motion. And then there is also the lower wick or the lower shadow, which is called the low of the candle. That's the very bottom. And ang ibig sabihin nun, in the day or in the minute or whatever, in the 4 hours, depende sa schedule mo sa time, that is the lowest that it has closed or it has reached, no? So, ganun lang siya. Okay? Now on the right side of the slide, you can see that there is a red, we call this the bearish candle. So the bearish candle, ganun din, katulad din nung kanina. However, dito naman, nag-open siya sa may taas and then nag-close siya sa baba. Okay? So it opened, yun yung katapat sa kabila na close, sa kanya open naman, and then it closes doon sa may open doon sa left side. So, meron ding time, halimbawa nag-open siya, no? Let's say dito yung open na to 9.50 pesos, 9.50 or $950. So, meron pa siyang upper wick, meaning nag-high pa siya for some time. Like, pwedeng nag-950, nag-975, tumaas siya ng 975, and then it closed to a low, let's say, of $9. Pero bago siya lumabot ng $9, nag-low pa siya ng 850. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng low, yun ang ibig sabihin ng close. Okay? So, basta tandaan natin, ang quick memory device dito would be, if it's green, then it's an up market. So, meaning buyers won the day and that's why it's up. On the other hand, if it is a red day or red candle, that means the sellers have it and they won the day. That's why the market went crashing, at least, some percentage points. Okay, so we have here now in slide number 3 some candlestick patterns, no? So yung context dito is that the candlestick patterns, they appear on the charts as signals. Hindi lang siya isa lang, remember. It's not just one candle. It can be a series of candles like 3 candles in a row or 5 or 6 or even 7 or 10 even, no? Lalo na kung red siya pababa siya ng pababa, it's a signal, right? So, this one, yung mga patterns dito, they appear to us as signals. No? So, bullish patterns, they appear after a downtrend. So, remember, no? Halimbawa, yung market pababa, no? It's in a downtrend for a long time. Siyempre, hindi ka interested do sa pagbaba, di ba? Remember, we always say, never catch a falling knife, according to Peter Lynch. So, meaning, what we are looking for is a reversal. If it's going down and suddenly you see a green candle, that might signal that it's now going to reverse upward. So usually a bullish pattern will appear after a continued downtrend. On the other hand naman, if it's uptrend and then you see a red signal, a red candle, then that means it can be signaling a reversal to a downtrend, no? But remember, ang important note dito is that these are signals. They are mere signals. They are not certainties. Do not, go complaining to me that, hey, Dr. George, you told us na ganito signal yan. But however, we followed it and then wala naman nangyari. Nalugi pa kami. It's signal, but of course, we have to confirm it with other tools. And that's the reason why we have other technical indicators as well. Okay, so these are some of the patterns. Nabanggit na rin natin to dati, no? Hammer, is the hammer looks like a hammer, no? There's a short head and a very long handle. The body is small and sits at the top of the range, di ba? And then the lower shadow is at least 2 to 3 times longer than the body. So what does it mean? During the session, sellers pushed the price down sharply, but buyers came back aggressively and pushed it back near the opening level. So therefore, bulls are fighting back. So this is actually a very, very powerful uh, bullish sign, no? So it appears after a downtrend. So yung green or red, it matters less. It's actually the shape that is the signal. Right? So depending sa saan tayo papunta, anong level na ng market, no? So it can signal like a reversal. Yun yung pinaka-importante sa atin dyan. Okay, the next one is the bullish engulfing. Ang point natin sa bullish engulfing is that there are two candles The first is a red candle, so meaning downtrend, no? And then it's followed by a larger green candle that completely covers, okay, ang tawag ay engulfs the red body. So think of it like the big green army overpowering the small red one, and it therefore is a strong signal that buyers have taken control, and maybe it's time now to enter the market, something like that, no? Number three naman, we have the morning star. Ang morning star is the three candle pattern. There's first a large red, usually yung large red natin, bawa small spinning o spinning top, or doji, and then a large green, no? So, ganun yung nangyayari sa kanya. The smaller middle candle represents the indecision. So, parang katulad na, no? Papababa siya, and then nakakita ka ng doji sa gitna. Yung parang doji kasi, yan, yung nakita niyo yung doji, di ba? Maliit yung body, tas high yung wick, mahaba yung wick on both sides, right? So, dito mo malalaman na yung parang green candle confirming that the bulls have won, and may be a mark or a signal that the end of the downtrend is coming, and it's a beginning of an uptrend. Ayan, so meron ding baliktad 'to, yung tinatawag na evening star. Pero bullish kasi tayo, eh, mamaya natin makikita yun. Doji naman is a market indecision. 'Pag nakakita kayo ng ganito, whether wala yung wick, depende kung gaano kahaba yung wick, 'no? So, ang doji dito, ang concept dito is that the open is equal to the close. Yung open is equal to the close or very near. So, that's why it creates a very thin body. So, the wicks extend up and down equally, no? So it signals indecision, so neither the buyers nor the sellers could gain the upper hand on its own. Therefore, the doji is not a buy or a sell signal. It means that the market is trying to pause and trying to find out what is happening. So you have to wait for the next candle to come out to confirm the direction. But it usually is, for example, it's on an uptrend, nakakita ka ng doji, it may signal that the next candle might be a reversal. It may, it may happen that way. Okay, dito naman sa slide na to, we'll talk about bearish, no? Tandaan natin, pag bearish is downward, no? Bearish candlestick patterns. So, yung bearish patterns, they appear after an uptrend. So, tandaan natin, ha? So, ang candlestick kasi natin, lalo na the Japanese candlestick, it appears somehow as a reversal signal, no? So, pag naka-uptrend yung chart, and then eventually nakakita ka ng bearish candlestick pattern, it's a signal na, oops, magre-reverse na yung market. It will now go down. No? Tandaan natin yun. No? So think of this as a sign na marapit nang mag-top yung market, or nag-rally yung market, paakit na yung market. No? When you say rally, ibig sabihin, it's going up and up. And then, near the top, usually wala nang volume, right? Konti na lang yung volume. And at the same time, makakakita ka ng mga reversal signals. So, ito yung mga yon. So, first of all, on the left side, we have yung first one, yung nakalagay na shooting star. Para siyang hammer, pero baliktad, no? So, kaya to pinili ko kasi it's just the reverse of or the inverse of the hammer. Small body at the bottom, tapos yung very long upper shadow, 2 to 3 times the body length. Pwedeng tiny o kaya wala siyang lower shadow. No, yung lower shadow nakita niyo napakaliit lang. So para siyang inverse na hammer ni Thor, 'di ba? Na nakaturo pa baba, right? So what happened here, no? So the price opened, price ng open, no? Yan sa baba, no? And then the buyers push it very high, tumaas siya ng todo, pataas, no? Paakyat. Tapos, anong nangyari? Nawalan siya ng steam. The sellers came in hard and push it downwards. So, ang lumalabas dito, parang gusto ng market na umakyat kasi pumunta siya pataas eh. However, at the end of the day, the sellers have it, no? The sellers overpowered the buyer. So, it's actually a strong signal na bababa yung market, no? So, ganun din si bearish engulfing. Katulad kanina, no? So, bullish engulfing. Ito naman, nauna yung green, tapos na-overpower siya nung red na candle. And then si Evening Star, ito yung sinabi ko nung nga kanina, 'di ba? Kanina Morning Star, no? So dito nauuna muna yung green candle na medyo mahaba. And then near the top, there is a kaya nga star. Parang yun yung star. Eh. It's either a doji star or pwede siyang small middle candle na maliit lang yung body, no? So parang dito, the bulls are losing steam at the top. Yes, umakyat, pero like kapirasong-kapiraso lang. O sometimes even doji to eh. Usually, it's a doji sign. So, kaya this becomes an evening star. And then, it's followed by a big red candle na usually yung closing nito is even lower than the previous green candle. Yung green candle na first, 'di ba tatlong candle? The first candle is green, 'di ba? Open, low, and then high, and then close high. Tapos nag-open na naman siya na green candle kaso nga lang very weak, no? Small yung body o kaya minsan doji pa. And then dito, nag-open siya doon sa either lower than the previous close, no? Tapos, anong nangyari, nag-up siya sandali, pero bumaba siya ng todo, no? At yung pagbaba niya, it's even lower than the previous open 2 days ago. So, yan yung evening star. It's actually an ominous sign. It's a, pag sinayang ominous sign, medyo tumakbo ka na. It's a sign that, yeah, the next couple of sessions will be downtrend. No? Ayan. Kaya, guys, ang medyo mahirap ditong tingnan, lalo na kung nagmamadali tayo, like, alimbawa, yung timestamp mo is 1 minute lang or 5 minutes, you cannot, leave the screen. Kailangan nakatingin ka lagi sa screen kasi mami-miss out mo to eh. 'Di ba? Tas 1 minute lang eh. So, pagtas ng 1 minute, ibang candle na naman. So, pag na-miss out mo yung evening star, wala na, susunod yan, downtrend na. Na-miss out mo na siya. Okay, ako naman, ang nangyayari sa akin, pag nakikita ko na, ops, nagpo-form na siya ng evening star, pag yung susunod ay red, nakikita mo nasa gitna na pababa, medyo bumibitaw na ako dyan. Minsan nga lang nagkakamali, no? Kasi, alam mo, nagre-red, bigla nakabawi pala. So, instead na bumaba yung susunod na candle, yung third candle, tumaas pa. Oh, 'di ba? Kaya minsan nagkakamali ako diyan. Sell ako, yung pala dapat buy. So, ang usually tinitingnan natin diyan, tingnan niyo yung MACD, tingnan niyo yung RSI, o kaya ako ang ginagawa ko lalo pag trade kayo ng forex o kaya CFD o kaya naman mga Bitcoin kaya cryptocurrency, ang gawin niyo palitan niyo yung time frame, 'di ba? Nasa 1 minute ka. Ako usually 1 minute kasi nagmamadali ako eh. Gawin mo siyang 5 minutes, tingnan niyo itsura. 'Di ba? Mag-iiba 'yun eh. Pag tinignan niyo yung itsura, nakita niyo, ay hindi naman pala dapat pababa. Dapat pala pataas. So, wala, hindi ka magko-commit, right? Excuse me. Ang problem nga lang sa ginagawa kong 'yon, minsan nag-analysis paralysis ka kasi anong nangyayari, lipat ka ng lipat eh. Meron ka nang MACD indicators, may RSI ka na, may Bollinger ka na, tapos tiningnan mo pa tong candlestick patterns, tapos pag nakita mong may confirmation signal na ganun, lilipat-lipat ka pa ng timestamp. 'Di ba? Parang masyado ng overkill. So, once na nakita nyo na meron ganun, at na yun yung gut feel nyo, go for it na, no? Pero, ang sinasabi ko lang sa inyo, malaki kasi yung risk dyan, eh. Lalo na yung ginagawa ko na talagang trading, malaki yung risk dyan. So, pag nakita nyo nagkamali kayo at nakita nyo nag-negative, ilang pips pa lang, exit na kayo kagad. Aminin nyo na sa sarili nyo nagkamali kayo. And then take the loss. And then just get out of there, di ba? Kaysa mas mahaba, marami pa yung ibababa nyo. Kasi tandaan niyo as I said, no? Lalo kung naka-multiplier kayo dyan, no? Naka, naka-leverage kayo ng times 500. Bumaba lang ng 1% yan, wipe out lahat ng investments nyo. No? So, dapat maka-exit kayo kagad. Ako, ang ginagawa ko, ngayon sa ngayon, kahit na sa tagal ko na nagte-trade, nagkakamali pa rin ako diyan. Ang nangyayari sa akin, binabantayan ko yung ilang pips lang ang ginagawa ko, no? Tapos, pag nakita ko nagkamali ako, talaga natutok lang ako. Pag nagkamali ako, nakita kong, ops, halimbawa, $100 yung pera mo, di ba?
tapos ang mali mo nasa $1, $2, alam mong mali ka na nun eh. Hindi ka po pwede magkamali ng more than 2% kung tama yung entry mo eh. 'Di ba? So might as well i-close mo na yung trade at huwag kayong masyado mag-o-open ng napakadaming trade. Kasi kami ngang mga matagal nang ginagawa to, hindi kami nag-o-open ng maraming trade. Isa lang. Kaya ako naman, kumbaga sa chess, bullet chess ang ginagawa ko, laging 1 minute lang. Okay? So yun yung evening star. And then finally, we have the hanging man finish. The hanging man is like identical to the hammer, small body din, no? Lower neck, lower wick, sorry. But the context is everything here. If this appears after an uptrend, so may uptrend siya, pataas yung market, right? Tapos nakakita ka ng hanging man, no? Hanging man finish ang tawag dyan eh. 'Di ba? Pag ito ay galing sa uptrend, then it is bearish, no? Bakit? The sellers managed to push the price far below the open during the session, even though buyers recovered it. And then this shows that there is selling pressure that is increasing. So the trend may be at risk. So kumbaga, on an uptrend, nakakita kayo ng ganyan. Parang sabi mo, teka, di ba sabi natin kanina, ang ano to, bullish to. Eh kaso, nag-appear siya on an uptrend eh. Kaya yung context talaga nagmamatter dyan. Okay? So mahalagang mahalaga po yun. It looks like a hammer, but it appears after an uptrend. Okay? So, okay. So if Alpha is listening because you cannot understand Tagalog, right? But anyway, the Tagalog that I am saying, these are just simple Tagalog terms anyway. So the most important things you can see from the slide, okay? So you don't need to understand everything that I'm saying. I'm just speaking in Filipino for the sake of the other students. But you're not missing a lot, okay? So even if I speak in Tagalog here and there, the main idea is there on the slide. You can just read it and that's it. Again, now we are in part 2. So this is the transition to part 2. We move from individual candles to the bigger patterns, no? So these would develop in weeks or sometimes even months, no? So these are called the technical chart patterns. So first of all, yung head and shoulders pattern. So head and shoulders, what happens is it will go from, it has three peaks, no? So the first peak is what we call the left shoulder. It will form first and then it will go down, no? Ayun yung sinasabi na neckline. So there's a neckline and then it will push up, okay? Which is a higher peak. So that's why it becomes now the the head, no? And then from the head, the highest peak, it will go down and usually the neckline is almost at the same level. Hindi naman eksaktong ganito lagi. It's not really exact. Sometimes tagilid na ng konti. Nakakita na ako ng head and shoulders na naka-slope upward or sometimes naka-slope downwards ng konti. But the most important thing here is that yung neckline connects the trough, yung mga downward, no? Between the shoulder, no? Pag umakyat ulit yung third peak doon sa right shoulder, and napansin nyo na hindi siya umakyat beyond the left. Okay? Yung left shoulder, di ba? Nakita nyo, there's a left shoulder, and it goes down, and then it goes up again, and then it goes down. There's the neckline, right? And ang pinaka-critical dito is the right shoulder. And if the right shoulder, nakakita ka ng reversal do sa right shoulder, and then it goes down below the neckline, yung banda, there's a connection kasi between the first straw and the second straw. So the third one, pag nag-go below doon sa neckline, that is the signal of a breakdown. Pag nag-breakdown yan, wala ka na dyan. Dapat naka-exit ka na dyan eh. Kaya, pag medyo matatakotin ka, katulad ko, may tatakotin ako dito. Pa nagpo-form pa lang ng right shoulder, at nakita kong hindi umaangat, no? Bumababa na yung right shoulder, alam mo na, na papunta na yun sa breakdown, huwag ka nang maiwan dyan. Kasi in the first place, dapat nung nag-form yung head, dapat naka-exit ka na dun eh. Right? However, hinintay mo pa na mag-form ng head and shoulder. Actually, itong red head and shoulder na to, guys, it's actually what we call a self-fulfilling prophecy. Sometimes kasi, hindi naman talaga siya nagpo-form ng head and shoulder. Kaso nga lang, everybody knows about the head and shoulder, and therefore, the market is trying to self-fulfill a prophecy because of the multiple investors and traders that are going about. And di ba, kahit na iniiwasan mo siya, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because the traders are all looking at it, the same chart patterns, and so they become a fulfillment of a prophecy, so to speak. Okay, yeah. And on the reverse side naman, pag binaligtad mo si head and shoulder, meron naman siyang inverse head and shoulder. Ito naman, it's a bullish reversal. Ganun din. If it crashes above the neckline, no? Yung neckline, paakyat siya, 'di ba? On an uptrend. So parang ganito, no? So bababa muna siya sa low, sa left shoulder, and then upward ng konti, bababa na naman ulit, mas malalim yung pagbaba niya, huwag ka munang bibili dyan, kasi ba, tataas na naman siya sa neckline, and then it will go down again, it will lose some steam, and makikita mo yung left and right shoulder is almost on the same level, sometimes sloping yan, and then it will attempt to go up again. Pag nakakita ka ng signal, no, na yung neckline is going to be breached coming from the uptrend from the right shoulder, then it is a signal of an inverse head and shoulder. So, iyon ang magiging bullish reversal natin. Okay? Doon sa dalawa naman sa baba, double top and then double bottom. Parang yung double top is the letter M. So, there's a top 1, go down. Top 2, go down. Yung neckline niya, pag na-breach siya nung second going down, then it's a bearish reversal. Doon sa double bottom naman, magpo-form siya ng W, no? Baba, and then akyat, the neckline, and then goes down again to the second bottom. And if the next upward trend breaches past the neckline, yung upward, on an upward trend, then it's a bullish reversal. And that's actually a time for you to enter. And marami nang gumawa ng libro na ganito. Nakikita nila na may mga example sila na yung mga successful na double bottom saka double top, sometimes it goes upward like 100%, 200% yung upward trend niyan. Of course, I'm talking about stock market kasi ito ay hindi ito yung katulad ng forex, hindi nangyayari yun doon, guys, no? Sa forex ang ginagamit talaga natin ay yung mga Japanese candlestick. Pero to kasing mga reversal chart patterns na ganito, this pertains to a longer time horizon, and that is the reason why we are talking about stock market here rather than trading. Okay, here naman, we have the continuation patterns. No? So, continuation pattern kasi, it means that the market is taking a breather. So, usually yung breather, parang tipong, humihinga lang yung market, pause briefly, and then consolidates, and then continues. Ayan. So, importante yun para malaman natin kung ano yung magiging direction niya. Hindi siya reversal, so it's continuing. So, pag pataas siya, it's continuing to go up. Ganun. So, yung cup and handle is one example. It's actually a bullish continuation. It's bullish, pero alam na naman natin kasi na bullish siya because it's starting a cup. Yan, yung parang ganun yung cup, no? Tapos, pababa siya ng konti, no? Parang nagsa-sell off ng konti. And then, if it breaches, no? Lumampas siya doon sa resistance line na yan, it forms the handle. Yan, may mga successful na cup and handle situation dati, no? May nabasa akong libro nito na talagang sometimes 80%, 90% upward yung inaabutan niyan. And the perfect time to buy it is during the handle. Yung pag-breach no sa resistance line. Dapat doon ka bibili. Okay? Ascending triangle, nakikita naman natin siya, ascending o kaya descending naman. Pag descending, bearish. Pag ascending, bullish. So, yung ascending triangle, parang the sellers keep on defending a level. So, parang nagka-flat top, no? Flat top. And its resistance. Parang every time na nag-hit siya nung akyat na yon, bumababa siya ulit, no? Parang, hindi naman, wala naman talagang line na yan eh. You are going to draw that line in your head, in your imagination. So, there is a flat resistance line there. Napansin niyo yung triangle natin, it's you starting with a bigger triangle and then becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. And then there will come a point in time wherein it has to decide whether it will go beyond the resistance. Kasi wala siyang pupuntahan na eh. So that is actually a point of no return, so to speak. And the ascending triangle becomes, kumbaga, a bullish continuation. Kasi wala ka ng choice. Unless talagang hindi pa rin niya ma-breach yung resistance line upward, and ang nangyayari, bumaba siya. So, iba na yun. Hindi na yun ascending triangle. Kasi hindi niya na-breach talaga yung flat resistance. On the other hand, yung descending triangle naman, it's bearish because every time it hits the support, ang tawag naman dyan sa green line na yan, the dotted line, is the support line, it bounces back and it goes down again and then it bounces back again. So mapansin natin that the descending triangle is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. And if you will look at the resistance point, the line is actually falling, no? And there will come a point in time, katulad din sa ascending triangle, wherein wala na siyang pupuntahan, sukul na siya. And you cannot go upward kasi ayun na yung falling resistance. And if you go downwards, na break mo yung floor, ibig sabihin nun, it will be a bearish continuation. Okay? So, yun. Okay? Yun namang flag, yung flag is a bullish continuation. So, there is a strong vertical price move, yung tinatawag na parang flagpole, followed by a slight downward channel na parang nagpo-form ng flag. So, it represents yung slight downward channel, that represents the brief rest. Sometimes dyan, nagko-consolidate yung market, nagsa-sell off konti. So, but when the price breaks above the upper boundary of the flag, di ba, bumaba ng konti. Pag yan nag-continue pataas, and na-break niya yung resistance point, parang yung ceiling ng previous pole, then it is actually a continuation that is bullish. So, tandaan natin, yung continuation patterns, they are not reliable. Ang sabi nga natin dito sa continuation, tandaan ninyo yung sinabi ng mga technical indicators expert natin. You should ride the trend until it ends. Ulitin natin ha, ride the trend until it ends. O kaya, minsan sinasabi nila, the trend is your friend until it ends. So, you continue riding the trend. Pag nakita natin na nag-break, okay? So, wag mong ipagpipilitan. Huwag mong sasabihin, sabi ni Sir George, continuation chart patterns yan eh. So, kung dapat mag-continue. Hindi. Kailangan tingnan natin din. No? Hindi naman po pwedeng nakatingin tayo sa libro. Right? So, you take note of the situation. Okay, so finally, we have the quick recap over here. So, we have the Japanese candlestick. Tandaan natin, the Japanese candlestick, it shows what we call the OHLC in one visual unit. The open, the high, the low, and the close. No? So yung body at saka yung wicks ng candle, or yung shadow, it tells the story. The second one is the bullish pattern, yung mga hammer, engulfing, morning star. It signals potential rallies after a downtrend. Yung bearish pattern naman, coming from an uptrend, yan ang nagsisignal na tapos na yung uptrend and there is a potential drop. It may signal a market top. Okay? And then we have the reversal chart patterns, the head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, double top or double bottom. The trend is about to change direction. And then finally, the last slide natin is the continuation pattern. It tells you whether the continuation is going to proceed, diba? Is it a bullish continuation or is it a bearish continuation. So it signals a pause in the market before the trend resumes. But remember yung sinasabi natin, ha? The trend is your friend until it ends. So look at the PSE index now, no? Tingnan nyo yung PSE index, buksan nyo yung Investagram, whatever. So look at the patterns that we discussed here today. Can you identify some of them? Oh, yan. So kung pumunta kayo doon, syempre 2020 na yan. Vision mo dyan is 2020 because nakatingin ka na sa ano eh. Sabi nga ni Warren Buffett eh, in the market, uh, when you look at the side view mirror, hindsight looking, eh, laging clear yan. Pero yung sa harapan, hindi mo, unclear, hindi mo alam ang mangyayari. Right? But you can review the trends that we discussed here and see to it, tingnan mo rin sa sarili nyo for yourself, kung nakita nyo ba yan nung past na yon, ma-identify nyo kaya siya, at mas maging tama kaya yung naging decision nyo. So, any stock, any index for that matter, tingnan nyo yung PSEI, check nyo kung ganun din ba magiging yung decision. Okay, so thank you very much. We will speak about this more next week when we see each other.